Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Tower cleared.
Here we got a roll program.
Hi there everybody and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the PD1701 from Pagani Design. Now for many of you, you will recognise this watch. It is a homage to the Omega Speedmaster Professional. Now there are a ton of videos out there on YouTube talking about this watch. It comes in a variety of different colourways, but there are several versions of it. And the one that I'm showing you at the moment is the most recent black dialed version. It's the most recent model, I think it's V3, and that's denoted by the fact that it has a black date window. Previous versions had silver hands and a white date window and just seemed to be a little bit mismatched, but this one is probably the closest that you're going to get to the Omega Speedmaster Professional in terms of its looks. Behind the scenes, you've actually got a Seiko VK64 Mecha Quartz movement. So for all intents and purposes, it is battery powered, not a mechanical chronograph. But at this price point that sits around about the $100, $110 Australian mark, I wouldn't be complaining too much. It's very reliable and it gives you the feel of a mechanical chronograph once you set that chrono on its way. You will also see when you reset that chronograph, the hand does swing back immediately, much the same as a mechanical chronograph. Anyway, I really like this watch. Again, it is a homage to a well-known watch, so some people may be put off by that, but it gives you that look of a Speedmaster without all of the expense and the servicing issues. But we can take a look at it now and tell me what you guys think. Before we start the video proper, if you are interested in buying the watch, I have put a purchase link in the description, so please feel free to use that. But essentially, after taxes and including delivery, the purchase price for this watch at the point when I bought it was 118 Australian dollars. As always, we'll kick off with the dimensions of this watch. So just to reiterate, this is the Pagani Design PD1701 and it is the V3 version. So the dimensions, you're looking at 43.9 mils diameter including that crown, or 40 mils if without it. You're looking at 47.8 mils from top to bottom lug, 14 mils of thickness, and you also have 20 mil end links. So here's the watch on my 7¼ inch wrist, guys. The watch, when you hold it in the hand, it certainly does look like an Omega Speedmaster, but I think when you put it on the wrist, that's really where it transforms it into something that looks a lot like the Speedmaster Professional. This version, because it has that sapphire crystal, does have a bit more of a shine to it than the Hesselite version of the Omega Speedmaster, but they do a sapphire sandwich version, which would look a lot more like this Pagani. For me, the V3 version of this watch was the only one to consider because it is the only one that has the white handset as per the original Omega Speedmaster Professional. The two prior versions that were produced by Pagani did have silver hands, and whilst they were okay, they weren't as legible or as true to the original as what you'll find on this V3 version. Inside the watch you do have a Seiko VK64 Mecha Quartz movement. That's going to give you quartz reliability, but it also does have the added advantage of a mechanical light chronograph movement. So when you set it off, it does have graduations per second, and it also clicks straight back, much the same as a mechanical chronograph. You do have a black date window on this version, a dome sapphire crystal, and then you also have a really nice ceramic bezel which finishes it off quite well. In terms of the case, you do have a stainless steel case, so 316L steel. You have a mixture of finishes on that case. You've got both brushed and polished. I couldn't find any sharp edges at all on it. Possibly something around the bezel, but nothing that would be particularly dangerous or denote a poor quality finish. You do have a signed crown and it is screw down, which gives you 100 meters water resistance. Last but by no means least, the bracelet. Many people complain about the bracelet on this particular watch being a little bit chintzy. Admittedly, yes, it's not as good as the case head, but it's not bad by any stretch. You do get solid end links, signed push button clasp, and it doesn't have too much flex in it. It's not pulled any hairs either. So overall, not too bad, and certainly not as bad as some people have said that it is in other reviews. So overall conclusion on this V3 PD1701, very good watch for the price point. Again, sits probably somewhere between 110 to 120 Australian dollars. If you want a Speedmaster Homage, you don't want to pay too much, and you want 100 meters water resistance, then this is certainly something to consider. Like I say, the V3 version with that white handset is certainly the one to go for. They do obviously do a variety of other different colorways, but for me, the classic will always be the best. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in a new video soon.